Now, exploring the works of the incredibly influential filmmaker John Ford. Right out the gates during the 1910s, John Ford, then credited as Jack Ford, cements the iconic Western image, consolidating a cinematic aesthetic initially honed by Griffith, Bitzer, or Dwan. Dwan had been called a poet of space, during his work in the silent era. Ford might embody this characterization more so. The consideration of his frames is gorgeous. His romanticization of this American historical mythology is undeniably compelling. The core of what resonated with Americans, any audiences, about this genre is on display in 1917's Straight Shooting. I am not entirely taken with the American self important autobiographical fixation within its didactic art, although I have, after a period of being cynical toward it as a younger adult, found myself enchanted with Ford's illustration of America, a vision motivated by aesthetic awe, a sincere optimism regarding the American project, and a distinctly American Catholicism, informing both his optimism toward America as a cultural flatliner, table for all designations, and as a demonstration of biblical grandiosity. I really am fascinated with this quote on Ford by the visionary filmmaker Pedro Costa. It makes me dream and it makes me come back. I felt so right when I saw a film by John Ford and I was in front of those people. It was a dream thing. It was a real thing. Ford is arguably the most richly cinematic of Hollywood's directors during the 30s, supposedly empowering one Orson Welles to embark upon a confident first directing role. Even during the 40s and 50s, his films are among the most filmic to come out of Hollywood at this time. He competes with the previously discussed master Hitchcock, and like Hitchcock, his emphasis on the sheer visual prowess and total aesthetic sensation, distinct from scenes of characters in discussion within interiors, or the static camera epics boasting about the amount of money spent on props and staging sets, would inform the Hollywood New Wave, and to an extent the European New Waves before or contemporary to that, and then the occasionally dreaded blockbuster era of the subsequent decade, same generation. The only feature film directors more important to the medium than John Ford are D.W. Griffith, Charles Chaplin, maybe Fritz Lang. Competing are Eisenstein and Hitchcock. List any other names if you like. As far as individuals in the decades after Ford, I could nominate Goddard, Osamu Tezuka slash Rintaro slash Isao Takahata, or Steven Spielberg. Remember, we are talking influential, not necessarily the very best. How influential have Antonioni, Jost, or Zhang Lu been? Debatable when assessed quantitatively. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy or are interested in the John Ford retrospective, because we will be here for a while. Silent era until the 1960s, that's quite a tenure.